amazing international woman. This is Tom Johnson III, and this is the family reading for the week of August 30th through September 5th. So we're just going to jump right and get started. We have our usual categories. We have family of origin, people who raised you and took care of you growing up, your soul tribe, the people who are part of your purpose here on this planet, and the human race. We're all human beings. We're all related to each other as human beings. And we're going to look at the learning opportunities for the week and what you can actually do about it. What are some concrete actions and what might be the cost? What's the downside of not doing something, not learning, and also what's the positive or what's the benefit of it? And the family reading is always an interesting one because it involves people. It's mostly people-centered and people who are kind of intimate with and know you and you know them. Okay, so for your family of origin, the people who raised you, what I'm getting is the family pleaser, which is interesting. It also came up in the work reading and the September reading. So go ahead and take a look at those. And what I'm getting is family pleaser, family of origin. This is saying that this is a behavior. Once again, it's not you. It's the behavior that was learned from a member of your family of origin. So probably a parent. And the message I'm getting is when the pleaser basically says yes, yes, yes to everyone else, giving all the hearts away, and then ends up getting burned out when this behavior dominates or takes over and pulls you out of the picture. And you just feel stressed out, burnt out, and just like, oh, you just feel like crap. And what this is saying is, this is a behavior that was learned from a parent who was doing the best they could with the experiences, skills, and knowledge they had at the time. They were probably, my case, my parents were my parents were in their 20s and they had 4 kids. Not the case with my family per se. So I know they were doing the best at their time, just as you and all of us are doing the best with the knowledge and skills we have. This pleaser tendency, it's a learned behavior because we want everyone to be happy. That's usually the thing behind the pleaser. Naturally, I mean, we want to be happy. We want other people to be happy. And so the pleaser focuses on others instead of ourselves first. And it's saying what you can do is empathize. Once again, this came up in the September reading, and empathize means love yourself, love other people. Empathize means to understand, have compassion. What does that really mean? It means you do things you love to do. Like, let's clarify for you personally. I mean, you already know what you love to do. I'm just going to clarify here. Electronics. Electronics. So generally, it's do something you love to do and make it a regular thing as much as you can. Whether it's, I love hiking. I try to go hiking or out in the forest when I can, and it's so refreshing. What's interesting about electronics is I see electronics as a connector, as a tool to connect people. So depending on where you're on the world, COVID's going on, it might affect you more or less. What I'm getting is you can use this to contact people to meet in person, and you can use electronics or talk to them via a telephone or a computer or a smartphone. You can see them. We have videos. We can actually see people. It's really cool. So what I'm getting is this pleaser tendency, which popped up in the work reading and the September reading in general, is to connect with people via electronics is one option to keep this behavior at bay. And yeah, so it's a reminder that we're all doing the best we can with everything we have, or we're stressed or confused. Some of us have this tendency. Soul tribe, the people who are here for you, your purpose on this planet. This can be anyone, actually. I'm a firm believer that our spouse is a member of our soul tribe because they really want what's best for us. granted, if we're in a loving relationship and it's a quote unquote healthy relationship, and it can be coworkers, it can be friends, it can be anyone who understands you, is willing to listen to you, and is willing to talk to you. I mean, we don't give all our energy to everyone else all the time. People who actually listen to us, it's amazing. They are part of our soul tribe, in my opinion. What I'm getting is there's going to be a tendency to control a soul tribe member. Sounds more like a family member. So a family member. So there's a member of your soul tribe. It's a family member you really, really, really love. And when stress comes up, there's a tendency to control the situation. And it's saying what you can do to what's the word? To not control. It's saying be super curious and explore. So this is not the first time this has happened. This happened in the past. This particular family member, you get stressed out, and you feel everything they do is outside of your control. Whatever is happening, what you're feeling, what they're saying, what they are doing, you don't know what to do, is the message I'm getting. So you try to gain some control over the situation, which is perfectly normal. And it's saying explore and get super curious. And this is something you can do proactively. You can actually do it like right now, or when this video ends, is to sit down, and journaling is really good for the explore. It's like, be super curious, like, oh my God, okay. So what actually happens? This family member tends to say and do these things. And there's like this, I'm getting the message there's going to be some like, God, I don't want to think about this. And then we go, okay, I'm here to understand why this happened, so I'm not stressed out. It's okay to not be stressed. So what happens? Why do I do that? Why do they do that? What has been the pattern? It's not the first time. What's actually happening? What might they be scared of? What might I be scared of? What's actually going on? What can I do when this happens that I can be curious about what is happening and what to do next? Some questions to ask. Let's clarify. And, I got two cards. I have money and plan. Ooh, so apparently, what I just explained is the plan. So this card is clarified. It's good to sit down and journal and ask those questions. And money, apparently this family member has some connection to your family finances. However this family member is related to you, it's related to the family finances. It could be your own family, as in like hold on, let me back up here. I have to slow myself down sometimes. I'm getting two messages. It's either you're related to your parents and or brothers and sisters, or if you have your family, as in a spouse and kids, or whether divorced or married, this family member is somehow tied into money. So something about supporting them financially is the message I'm getting. And this family member either ask for money a lot, or other people support them financially, and there's a feeling that these other family members shouldn't be. This is the message I'm getting. So what I'm getting is you really love this family member. There are people who are financially supporting them, and you personally believe they should stop. And that is outside of your control. It's people who make their own decisions, and that is the source of stress. So when exploring, once again, the same questions, ask yourself, is this money issue really worth it? Is it really worth your time and your energy? Is it really worth it? Last, the human race. So the human race, we're all human beings. I believe we are all connected. You interact with people daily, then those people interact with other people daily, and then those people. So we have like these circles of interactions, and we have this big circle of human beings that have interacted and indirectly influence each other. Kind of like a version of the butterfly effect. It flapped its wings in Canada or Toronto, and then there's a typhoon in Japan. One simple example. It's saying with the human race, and this came up in the work reading, is victim. So the victim primarily is popping up in your work role, actually. So watch the work reading for the details. There's something in your work role, and that's the one where once you learn from it, your purpose comes through and you will shine through as who you really are. And what this is saying is that work-related victim behavior of someone is making me do something I don't want to do, or something is making me do something I want to do, it's going to bleed over into because you're so powerful and you are so good at whatever you do, whether it's being a loving human being or whether it's being a quote unquote victim. Whenever you're in, I'm getting two messages. Whenever you're in a loving human being, you just shine through and you're living your purpose, you're grounded, and you are living life and you are doing what you are here to do. And for you in particular, international woman, the opposite of that is the victim, which happens sometimes, not all the time. It's a tendency when stressed out or not understanding what's going on, which is saying, oh, nobody loves me. Look at me. Look what's happening to me. And when you do this, you are still very, very powerful. Your ability to influence others with your lovingness and self-pityness, as uncomfortable as it is, really, really affects other people. I mean, you international women are so amazingly powerful that you may not even recognize it. So this is saying to innovate. I'm going to clarify, innovate is becoming creative. So I'm getting the message to be creative with your work role, and this is affecting your health. So the cost of this, the cost benefit is when you play victim, although you are playing the role, when this tendency pops up, it really affects your health. So, and the benefit is when you're being who you really are, you are being healthy, more healthy than before, if that makes sense. So being creative means starting with your work role, which I'll just emphasize here again, to be creative on how to love people. How can you, in your own way, love people? And there's many different ways to do this. We each have our own strengths. I personally do it by teaching or saying hello or playing with my kids around other people. I like to be an example for other families to how to have fun with kids. So to recap, two things. There's that family member who's getting financial support. You don't believe they should. It's out of your control, so you try to control it. Sometimes when you're stressed out, explore why. Why do you do that? Is this financial thing really, really worth it? And then the victim is coming up quite a bit. So to be creative in ways you can love other people, which is how can you be of service to them? How can you make them smile? How can you make their day better? But yeah, that is the reading for family. As always, there are 2 books I recommend for being a better human being. There's this one's called the Holy Geeta. I believe it's the Bhagavad Gita. It's kind of the Holy Bible version of Hinduism, if I believe. And it's got just great advice and commentary for how to live a good life. And these are the teachings of Buddha, which help to calm the mind when they are read and then kind of contemplated upon. Okay, so that is the family reading, and see you in the next video.